If you ever wanted to take back control over your finances, then Avici has the perfect solution for you. Welcome back to another episode of On-Chain Trenches. As always, my name is 𝗬𝗵𝘁, and in today's episode, I got finally some time to cover Avici, the people's bank. So in today's video, I would like to introduce you to Avici, what they are doing and what their core product offerings and services are, and how you can take advantage of them. Furthermore, I would like to discuss with you how Avici is trying to create an incentive alignment between their users, the team, but also Avici investors. As you might already know, Avici is a ownership coin launched on Meta DAO. And finally, to wrap up this presentation, I would like to share with you Avici's master plan and all 7 individual steps on their roadmap towards launching a world reserve stablecoin. All right, so without further ado, let's directly jump in. First off, what is Avici? So Avici is a Web3 neobank. Think of it as the Web3 version of Revolut that is bridging the fiat ecosystem to DeFi. So Avici, in other words, is a crypto-based internet native neobank. And the coolest feature of Avici is arguably that it is fully self-custodial. Unlike traditional banks or centralized exchanges, users always retain ownership of their own funds. So not your keys, not your coins. This means that nobody out there, neither the centralized exchange or the bank, can take away the money from you, since you hold the keys to your own assets all the time. And on top, they offer bank-like services without that centralized control factor. On the other side, what are their core product offerings that are live already? So Avici, as many other neobanks, they offer their own Visa card, either in physical or in virtual form, and you can use this card to top it up with crypto, stablecoins, but also fiat currency, and spend it to millions of merchants and locations out there. The Avici application on your phone, of course, also offers you typical on-chain banking features like access to your bank account and to lending products. Moreover, you have on-chain credit scoring and a fully privacy-focused transaction history, so that folks out there cannot track what you are doing, which is super, super neat and highly necessary in today's world. And of course, you can use Avici as your fiat ramps to bridge between the TradFi world or the fiat world and Web3 to onboard or to bring your fiat currency, whether it's euros, US dollars, or any other currency, into the on-chain world and convert them into stable coins, or the other way around. So Avici is the perfect way to bridge both worlds without having to go through other intermediaries like centralized exchanges anymore, or just grappling with those banks. Here we have a beautiful chart shared by the Avici team, how their Visa card works and how it facilitates your movement of funds, sending crypto or paying merchants around the world. So we all know we have some crypto in our wallet, and in order to pay somebody else, like whether it's for pizza or just sending money to friends, we have to offboard it through centralized exchanges. It takes an eternity for the money to arrive there. Of course, they charge us massive fees for the money to finally arrive in our bank account, and only then we can spend it in the world out there. So the key innovation or the key unlock that Avici brings to the table is that you can send your stable coins or other crypto tokens directly to your Avici app, and then through the app and their virtual or physical card, you can spend dollars or euros everywhere you go. But what about fees on Avici, you might ask? So if you use their mobile application, you pay 0% for swap fees on the app, whether you swap from crypto into fiat or the other way around. There are 0 on-ramp and off-ramp fees for crypto and fiat currency. There is no card top-up fee, and also if your spends are declined, which happens every now and then, there are no fees at all. So that's their approach to onboard new users. Other card providers out there, they give you a 2 or 3% cashback, but they charge you heavy fees on all of these transactions. And Avici is taking the opposite approach. by just making the UX super flawless. And for signature card users, they also have 0 fees at ATM withdrawals. Now, let's take a look at some key metrics of the Avici cards. So yeah, here we see that in total, there are almost $10 million being spent via their cards, and that in just a little over 4 or 5 months. And this chart here just went parabolic. Guess when? Yeah, exactly the moment they launched their ownership coin on 𝗪𝗏. And since then, they have weekly transaction volumes of roughly $750,000. Another key metric to take a look at is the total credit created by Avici card holders, and this is even higher than the total amount spent. Here, this snapshot says that more than 10 million of credit was already created for and by Avici card users. And more recently, I just updated this number before I hit the record button, and we're already at 11 million. And here, generally from their dashboard key metrics, so we covered those two. But another very crucial number to look at is that they have 5K active users, which you might think is not a lot, but in the crypto world, that's actually a lot. Those are 5K active happy users that are using your product on a daily basis, gaining massive benefits from it, spending, saving money and time, and also paying you for your product. And in its short history, more than 220K spent transactions have flown over the Avici system or their rails, and in total almost 400K transactions with an average spend of $42. Cool. Now that you know what Avici is, what it does, and what their core product offerings are, let's drill a little bit deeper and let's see how Avici is aligning its core builders. And as I mentioned in the introduction, Avici is an ownership coin launched on 𝗪𝗏, which means that token holders have full ownership over the IP, the treasury, and all future cash flows. And this is a blog post by 𝗪𝗵, the co-founder of Avici, of how he thinks he's gonna align the incentives of all stakeholders within the Avici ecosystem. And that's just a beautiful tweet that I saw a few weeks ago that 𝗪𝗵 made, and he said ownership coins are going to cure token cancer, which is a perfect introduction to this slide, which summarizes his previous blog post that he made here. He kicks off the blog post stating that the current token system or the current compensation scheme is totally broken. Here we have like the team members working on a crypto project, and the key issue is that these guys, they all get access to upfront tokens, and still some of their tokens have time-based vesting. But now the incentive is not to build a cool product and to deliver value to your users and shareholders, but the incentive is to simply survive and not necessarily build. So just wait until your token allocation unlocks, and then you can dump on the market, and you basically made it in life. But Avici, their team, they chose a totally different approach. Since they launched their token on 𝗪𝗏, it was the first and until now the only team that decided to take a 0% team allocation, which is just nuts. And they handed over ownership of their DAO, as I said before, the treasury, the revenue, and the IP to the community or to their token holders, and they shall then decide upon the team's compensation at a later stage. And now 𝗪𝗵 and his team, they propose the following thing. The TLDR of what they propose is that they receive 25% of the entire supply, but only if they hit a 5 billion market cap. And this incentive structure is based on this convex reward system where they have to hit milestones, and the first milestone will be hit the moment Avici hits a FTV of 100 million, and the final milestone will be hit at 5 billion FTV. And of course, those prices have to be maintained on a 60-day moving average. So this means initially the team gets nothing. The moment they hit 100 million market cap, they get a little bit, but it's just this exponential curve. So the higher the market cap goes, the higher the team compensation gets. And yeah, this just creates this Musk/Tesla model alignment style incentive that forces the team to stick around and to build. Otherwise, they will not be compensated and don't own any share in the business. So yeah, only if the team builds a multi-billion-dollar company, they will get rewarded handsomely. And the earliest day the team will receive their tokens is after 3 years, because they self-impose this 3-year lockup period, but only if the price is higher than 10 million up to 5 billion. And like, just look at this. The current valuation of Avici is somewhere between 20 and 25 million FDV. So if they want to get 25% of the entire token supply, they have to more than 200x their FDV. And this, I guess, creates this massive incentive alignment between early investors and the team members, because if they don't ship, they don't get anything. But if they make early investors rich, then they will also be super, super highly rewarded. And one final note here, this is a draft proposal seeking community feedback. So this is not set in stone, but soon this proposal will go on chain for governance to approve it. And here we have REM stating that they are targeting late January, which already passed, but most likely in February, this proposal will go live, and they just have to finalize some things on the smart contract side and potentially pass some audits if needed. Here we have 𝗪𝗧 sharing his thoughts on the Avici alignment proposal. And what he says is that the Avici team just publicly stated that the token has to go to 100 million in market cap in order for them to get paid. That's over 3x from the current price, which is no longer true. As you can see here, Avici currently trades below $2. Hence, in order for the team to get paid, the token has to appreciate more than 5x. I mean, this is long-term alignment and massive conviction of the team itself to ship a valuable product and make the business grow multiple times in the years ahead to put up a proposal like this. And the floor is at 5 billion and they get a max allocation of 25%. And I fully agree, as 𝗪𝗧 here said, this is bullish and finally a long-term alignment between founders and holders. Another statement here made by Game, another passionate investor and ownership coin supporter, I suppose. He states that after reading the proposal, he has to say that it is one of the most aligned incentive setups he has ever seen. Like, he speaks of alignment 1.0. And I think these days in crypto, the key issue is that people are flipping coins left and right. There is no more long-term belief, conviction that a team can actually make it. But with ownership coins, and here on top, this long-term incentive alignment between founders and holders, I think people for the very first time start to believe again in the long-term vision of a project, and they become true hodlers once again. Sweet. Now let's talk about Avici's roadmap and some of their key product improvements that they are about to ship soon, or that they have shipped very recently. So first off, they announced a partnership with Solomon, another Meta DAO project that is offering YES, which stands for Yield as a Service, and Avici is their perfect partner, since YES allows everyone to earn passive yield on their stablecoins. So how this integration will work is that Avici users that hold idle sitting dollars in their Neobank, they will earn 4 to 7-8% interests on their stablecoins without them having to do anything. Like, there is no need to move funds to lock up liquidity or to deposit your money into some dubious earn products. Everything will happen in the background. All the user sees is his USDC, his euro position inside the Avici app, and in the background, Avici will convert some of your stablecoins into USDV, which will then earn yield on your behalf, and the yield generated on your stablecoin holdings will then be streamed on a daily or weekly basis directly into your account. And if you would like to learn more about USDV yield as a service and how Solomon offers those products to neobanks, liquidity providers, and on-chain treasuries, please check out my latest video on Solomon. Another super cool feature that might soon go live on Avici are stocks, especially now that Ondo shipped their tokenized stocks on Solana. And that's exactly what a user recently asked in the Avici Telegram anyway, to buy stocks using the Avici card or inside the Avici application. And then Ram, the co-founder, replied, I think we can enable this easily in the app now that Ondo is live on Solana. Another killer feature that Avici shipped a few weeks ago is that Revolut deposits are now fully live on Avici, so you can now move your funds from Revolut directly into Avici, into self-custody in one click. This is a brilliant move from Avici, and I really hope that some folks will migrate some of their Revolut balances over to Avici to experience the self-custodial beauty of owning your own assets in a neobank. So you can shift over your payroll, you can use the Avici app to send fiat to fiat to your friends, and of course, you stay self-custodial the whole time. Now let's talk named virtual accounts. Another feature that Avici recently shipped, and it is addressing the problem of folks like us that live crypto but want to interact with the fiat world, and we would also like to receive our salaries or to pay bills directly with stablecoins or crypto funds. And that's exactly what virtual accounts are for. It enables you to link your name to an IBAN and link it to your Avici wallet, so that folks out there interacting in the fiat world, they can send US dollars, euro, or whatever other fiat currency to your virtual account, like your IBAN, and you on the other side receive stable coins, either USDC or 𝗬𝗪𝗁, and Avici is collaborating with MoonPay that handle this process in the middle of converting fiat into stablecoins. So the step-by-step process is that everybody can send fiat money now to your Avici bank account. It will be auto-converted into stablecoins that will then directly land in your wallet. And of course, it also works the other way around. If you wanna pay your friends, or you're a business owner and want to pay your customers, but the only thing you want to spend is crypto, then you can do that via Avici and their virtual accounts as well. You send stablecoins to their IBAN and they will receive fiat money. But why does this matter? Some of you might ask now, and I tell you exactly why. Because now you can interact with the outside world that have no clue about crypto or don't want to interact with crypto people in a frictionless way. You can pay friends and real businesses with your Avici card while staying self-custodial all the time, maintaining full ownership over your funds and not entrusting banks with your saved money. And arguably the most beautiful thing is that you can do it with one click directly out of your Avici app on your phone without using any centralized exchanges or other fiat on and off ramps. And this is how the product looks live. Since the rollout of named virtual accounts, which happened a few weeks ago, already more than $1 million were sent around using this novel feature. But Avici is not only for individuals like you and I, it can now also be used for business purposes with the rollout of Avici Biz. As you can see, all the businesses, they can easily spin up their Euro and USDC accounts with IBANs and whatever else is needed in order to pay for their Slack expenses, for X Premium, Notion, and everything else a business requires. And of course, it comes with their own special Visa business card. So if this sounds exciting to you and you would like to tinker around with the Avici application and spend some of your stables via their Visa card, simply head over to avici.money, where you can download the app, fund it with some of your stable coins, and start spending them wherever you go. And finally, I would like to share this tweet of Prophet, the co-founder of 𝗪𝗏, with you and what he thinks of Avici and their co-founder 𝗪𝗵. So as he was pitching to founders back in the days to launch on 𝗪𝗏, there were two projects that he deemed dream projects and he wanted to work with. And the first of those two dream projects were Avici and their co-founder 𝗪𝗵. So that's a very good sign if the co-founder of 𝗪𝗏 holds the founder of Avici in very high regard. And the second dream project just DM'd Prophet stating that they want to launch on 𝗪𝗏 too. I'm still not sure what this project is, but yeah, if you want to stay up to date on everything 𝗪𝗏 and the potential launch of the second dream project, please make sure to subscribe to this channel to not miss out. And as promised at the beginning of this video, we will now go over Avici's master plan. You can pause the video here for a second and read through the individual steps, or just follow along and yeah, watch me explain this graphic to you. So the first step to achieve their master plan is to gain distribution by getting the Avici card into as many hands out there as possible. Only to then, in the second point, become one of the most proliferated internet neobanks out there by building a 10x better banking experience than regional banks in emerging markets can offer. Once people get used to the Avici application and spending their money via their card, they can move one step further and make Avici the primary home of finances, so that folks interacting with Avici, they make it their default payroll account where they receive their payments and salaries, whether it's crypto or fiat. Both is possible. With Avici, you can send their fiat and cryptocurrency, and over time, the more of your money you keep in Avici, it should also become your safe place to store wealth with privacy. And this also ties into their roadmap of launching stocks. So you have one application, one banking application, where you do everything from investing, saving, and spending. Then moving on, number 4, once they become your primary home of finance, they can release that independent trust score, replacing the 𝗪ici's bank-based model, which is an American standard that determines whether an individual is credit-worthy or not. And unfortunately, many people these days are denied credit. But as Avici grows and they become more powerful, they can then, in the next step, deliver loans and credits to their users by directly tapping into DeFi and on-chain liquidity pools, so that Avici users can take on mortgages or simply take out a loan or a little bit of credit to finance whatever they want based on their Avici credit score. And this in turn helps Avici and like the broader financial market to reduce dependence on central banks and their interest rates, because eventually DeFi and on-chain finance will take over TradFi and set new interest rates, which are totally decoupled from TradFi. And this then leads us to the end state of their master plan, which is a world reserve stablecoin that is governed by feudality, which would also mean that we are realizing Ray Dalio's dream or prediction of having this alternative world stablecoin, which is no longer controlled by central banks or big international alliances like the BRICS states or the NATO. That's it for today. I don't want to make this video longer than necessary. I know attention spans these days are pretty short, but if you would like to know how to value a fast-growing fintech or neobank like Avici is, then please make sure to subscribe to this channel to not miss out on my future video walking you through the valuation mechanics of fintechs and how much worth Avici is, and yeah, where this token could go in the near future. And for all of you that don't want to wait that long, you can join us now at Onchain Trenches Plus, a private community of passionate investors, on-chain trenchers, and crypto lovers, where I share my personal portfolio and my investment approach to Avici. And one more time, guys, thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, please do me the favor and hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Guys, see you around in the on-chain trenches.